Good morning, everyone. It's me, Philip, with Philip's Computer Repair, here to bring a topic to you that's about networking and being able to identify whether or not you're actually getting the amount of speed you are paying for from your internet service provider. Not sure how many of you have heard of a test called Ookla. There's Ookla speed test, there's Google speed test, there's a Netflix speed test. There are a ton of speed tests out there. But the one that I rely on the most would probably be Ookla. It's been around the longest. It has more features to take a look at, such as jitters, latency, all that kind of stuff, and it helps you trace packets and determine where the packet loss may be at. So that brings me to my next point. How many of you pay for internet and you just you might be watching TV or you're doing something and it just takes a long time for your website to load and you just feel as if you're not getting what you pay for? Well, I've been there. It's been a minute since I've been there, but I have been there before. And come to find out, that was just all the internet service provider in my area could give me. I was on what we call bonded pair. Bonded pair means that typically the individual is on a digital subscriber line and or DSL, basically using old POTS, plain old telephone service, or old copper wire, however you want to look at it. And that type of wire can only handle up to 50 megs on a single pair. So that's why they call it bonded pair, to help you reach, or the customer reach, the desired speed without any issues. So with that being said, it's just some things to take a look at. If you are curious about your network's performance and you just don't feel as if you're getting what you're paying for, check out the speed test. Check out to see jitters, latency, and all that, and see what's going on. You can also check out the jitters and see what may be going on there. As far as the jitters and latency, you shouldn't be getting any more than 10 milliseconds. You might have jumps here and there. If you get jumps sporadically that go above 10 milliseconds, that's not a bad thing. It really isn't. It kind of just depends on what you might be doing at that given time. But consistently, you shouldn't be getting any more than like maybe 7, 8 milliseconds tops. Sometimes, if you're really good and everything is going steady, you can get around 5 or 6 milliseconds. But those are some numbers just to kind of keep in mind. Okay? But keep in mind that if you have concerns about making sure you're getting what you're paying for, check that out. So if you're paying from your internet service provider, for instance, 50 megs of internet down and say, I don't know, 10 up or something, and you run a speed test, make sure you also run between 3 to 5. You don't want to go off the first number because, sometimes it can throw a false positive at you or false results at you. You want to run these a couple times just to make sure you get, a good bundle of data from it, and then kind of take the average of that. At least that's what I do, and that's what I would highly recommend. Don't just take one speed test and then that's it, because the server that you're pinging could have just had a bad bout at the time, or had a bad response time, or had a lot of traffic demands going on, or a lot of requests going on at that time. So keep those factors in mind, and I promise you, you will be able to find the root cause of things to help determine if it's something on your end or something on the internet service provider's end. Typically, if it's with DSL, then there's lots more factors that go into things like loop length, the type of wire that is going from where you're connected to outside to where it comes connected to your house. There's a lot of things that can come into place when it comes to DSL. when it comes to cable's pretty consistent. Um, you won't be losing as much for sure. Fiber, that's a no-brainer. Everyone wants fiber, but DSL is the one to really look at because it's the most dated one. I mean, heck, that's what you used back in uh, AOL dial-up days. But things were a little bit more complicated then when it came to internet, or I shouldn't say complicated, more simple. Things are, as some of the old folks are saying, oh, we lived in much more simpler times, this, that, and the other. It may have been, but things are advancing and growing, and it's our job to understand what the differences are. So if you don't have the Ookla speed test, that app is everywhere. Get on the Google Play Store, get on the Apple App Store, get it everywhere, and I promise you, you won't be disappointed. When you have concerns about your network's performance, run it, check it out, see what the results could be. Might surprise yourself. Well, those are your tips and tricks for the day. Again, my name is Philip with Philip's Computer Repair. Hope you have a great day.